Alright. Good morning, everyone. On a little later than I wanted to get on, but we're going to continue on with Banishers for about 3-ish hours, roughly. So here, I remember what we were doing.
Too heavy to lower from your side.
Too heavy to lower from our side. Oh yeah, we just came from this direction. That's the bridge. Sorry, huh? Yeah, we came from this way, right? Yeah. Can't go that way, so up we go. Get some silver. Guess it's the wisp making that noise.
Here we are. Let us find the graves of Alexander and Ruth, and whatever got Caleb acting so strange.
Someone's been doing some undertaking.
In New Eden, there's much to be done.
Sorry. Throwing button.
Try this on for size. Have a bit of this.
Oh, can't shoot it from here, apparently. I'm gonna go pick up what I shot down. Because I didn't notice it up in the tree when I was down here. Linen. Always use more linen. Linen to upgrade things. Alright, so I went this way.
on a ghost. I'm right here, you know. Watch out. Spectre possession.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I missed my shot.
Grey robbers.
Yes, but what exactly were they stealing? Ruth Watson. There's another grave beneath it. We better stick around.
Have a bit of this.
Decoys to distract wayward specters. Rudimentary. Someone's had a little training.
At least now we can get back. Farmer.
What is lurking here?
Time to work, Banisher.
Here we go.
Careful. A dark will is upon that thing.
Do I have the... Nope. Insufficient resources. Gotta find one more farmer, apparently. Found one there, found one in the graveyard. But there's probably one down in here somewhere. Oh. Gotta keep looking the same way. Where's the this at? Oh, found it. Let's go ahead and get this. On here. I'll be right back. There. And back. See what we get here.
You are not released, but exiled.
See if it's worth anything. Protective charm. Damage by an is increased by 60% against full health enemies. Stick with what I got. Okay. That's the cursed chest. Now we're going to work towards the objective. Which isn't this way. I should know that. Okay, solid barrels.
If undertakers did this, they should find other work.
I doubt there's a job on Earth that suits whatever did this. Here did lie Alexander Watson.
The Caleb take their bodies?
Someone did. And he's at the top of my list.
Well, they made quite the mess. Perhaps the decoys may show us the way.
Follow the path. Don't get too close.
I'll try.
Shelter near here. Guess this is gonna take us around this way.
That's what I was talking about when I said don't get too close.
Three Highland kiss for you.
What the hell?
Demonology. I should have known.
What in God's green hell is this?
Fight now, talk later.
It's dead.
Die, you
A vicious scourge that despises the living. In these lands,
Mortis.
what a surprise indeed.
Outburst area effect size increased by 70%. Ooh. Maximum spirit points. Lose wisdom, which is punch damage. I've had more spirit points. It means more damage with the rifle. To where I don't need.
Shrines now? With bones?
It's like Lady Blackwood's boudoir around here. Memories from the past linger nearby. Picking up something spectral nearby.
An aged parchment smudged and discolored, on which is written the annotated instructions for the incantation of the Lesser Pelagianesis, a powerful resurrection ritual.
What is that?
It's a chant.
This way of the fallen tree. Second settlement attempt of New Eden Valley reached the hills during the summer of 1672 and was vastly financed by the rich Blight family of Boston. The main goal of these new explorers was to mine the ore found 35 years before by the first settlers. It is during this second attempt that the first major construction efforts have been conducted. Fort Jericho was built to protect the mine and miners in the hills. A larger dock was also built in New Eden to welcome bigger boats destined to ship copper and goods to distant harbors. All these constructions were financed by Benjamin Blight, who also had a fancy house, almost a manor which still exists, even if abandoned nowadays, built nearby Fort Jericho to please his beloved wife Ethel. For a few years, everything seemed all right for the settlers and the colony bloomed, but again disaster struck. Apparently brought by the full fumes and bad air of the central swamp, which has widely grown. A deadly epidemic wiped the second wave of settlers in a few months. According to my research, a hermit named Fear God Waterbury was living in the wilds, and he apparently tried to warn the settlers of the bad influence of the swamp, but he was not listened to. In 1677, the second settlement attempt had failed, and for a few years the valley was given back to the crows and wolves, except for a few trappers who remained in the wilds. The poor Fear God Waterbury, who survived alone a few more years, and some isolated farmers who lived scattered by the sea. Contrary to the late hermit, I doubt the disease regularly hitting the valley of New Eden is of evil or malevolent nature. But of this I am now certain. This valley is somehow the focal point of epidemics, and it is no coincidence the native tribes avoided it for such a long time. To install a safe and persistent settlement in New Eden, people may have to drain that growing swamp and be particularly cautious about infections. Deborah Commonest, schoolteacher of New Eden. Deborah again. What is her writing doing there? Is the real question.
Oh, there, fella. You're nasty, aren't you?
Nasty, yes, but also shoddy. It's very poor work. It looks like a butchered version of the ritual of Lesser Palingenesis.
The ritual of... that ritual? The one that brings someone back? That ritual?
Yes, that ritual.
Imaradas en tus.
As flesh unto verb, as verb unto heart, as heart unto flesh. Death's knot is unsevered, and I shall cut it.
He tried to resurrect his wife, but then he resurrected his brother? Not his wife.
You!
Whom he loved.
No! No! You were not supposed to!
Down, boy. Yes. Come to me, Ruth. Come to me, my love. Come back to me.
Caleb Watson invoked a ghost without a body for it to inhabit, so it took his. Caleb is no longer Caleb.
He got the wrong ghost too.
He used pieces of his wife and also of his brother.
Ruth, Alexander, Caleb, could be any combination of them in there.
Let's go find out which.
I'm gonna say it's his brother. Let's tie us a rope right here and head on down. But before that, let's continue on to the shelter. This way goes somewhere. Not gonna head that way yet.
Bastard! Try this on for size.
Yeah, it's freaking jerked.
If you need a rest, this place is as good as any.
Definitely going to light it. Copper. What do I need for you? Okay. Explore around here a little bit.
Something's nearby.
Where is it? Red, I can't manifest anymore.
There we go. Okay, so over here she can't manifest.
Away with you!
I can't help you. These roots are too strong to be removed.
I wasn't gonna try my hand at them anyway.
Okay. Means we can't go that way. It's gonna basically tell me the same thing. This is where this was. Can't do nothing there.
Something's here.
Hidden.
Oh, this is another endless thing.
Swarming specters. Force them to appear with the right words of power.
Swarming specters. Isn't that a scourge?
My voice commands you! Unveil!
Guess not.
I failed this one all right.
Reveal your
A
truth.
swarm of scourge is supposed to be a fucking scourge.
This isn't over yet.
Reinforcements!
That corpse is gonna shoot.
Hey! More fun! Piss off!
I have another in sight. Think I heard the sound of a gun cocking.
Get back up! Piss off!
Oh, shit. Damn it, no. I didn't want you to hit that one. So it goes to intensity. Okay.
Not today!
Wards. I'm going to need a hand here.
Take that to your face.
Missed me?
Always.
This is locked from the other side.
Okay, sport there, sport there. So let's see if I can go this way. This way, right? Yeah, we're gonna go left. We're gonna go right first. Pastures and dark woods. Okay, so we can't go this way. Oh, we can. Oops. sorry, down. Hmm. Well, that's the way I couldn't go before. Alright, well, there's a fire there. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this fire. Then we'll come back this way. Eventually.
If you need a rest, this place is as good as any.
Okay. Got that lit up. And now we can fast travel there. Right, now we're gonna backtrack and go find them, do those two activities. Actually, before we do that, let's go finish the haunting case. Let's travel. Here.
Hush now. All is well. Nothing bad will ever come to us again. Shite off.
We've been to God's Acre. Quite a tale it told us. You're not Caleb, are you? Or at least not entirely.
Ah, can't fog you. Alexander Watson. Long tale short, Caleb tried to bring his dead wife back. And I live here now.
So many questions. Where to even start?
Do both of you share Caleb's body?
Share? No. This house of flesh is mine. But because I am a generous man, I allow my brother to live in the cellar. We were twins. I was the rotten half, they said. But who's the rotten half now?
He was trying to bring his wife back. How did you end up in the mix?
Caleb made a fine cobbler, a poor brother, a worse husband, and a truly terrible witch. The ritual went to shite, because... of course it did. There's something else you should know, if you don't know it already. I'm not alone. I completed the ritual. My darling Ruth is in here too.
Caleb was no saint, but this is hellish grim. Does he deserve it?
Aye, he does. And it's not like I killed him. He's alive in here somewhere. watching me ruin his name. He can hear me now, destroying his reputation, as I had to hear him destroy mine when he painted me a fornicator.
How nice.
He took our love, Ruth and mine, and killed it. Now our love's reborn, and he can do naught but sit and watch. Caleb was a cad. Shite on him. Let him suffer.
You died trying to save Ruth from a burning house. True.
True.
I'm sorry. It was an awful way to go, and so young too. You deserve better.
We deserved better, and now we have it. And with it, Caleb gets to make amends. For he did nothing. He stood and watched us burn. Caleb's name was ruined then. We're just putting the boot in.
You used the ritual to bring Ruth's spirit into Caleb's body. Why?
Love moves a soul to strange endeavors. We deserve a better life. I set myself to claiming it.
I understand your anger, more so your desire. But what of Ruth's? Did you consider what she wanted?
Caleb stole a life from me, but he also stole Ruth's voice. She shrank beneath him. Of course she wanted a second chance at life.
I'd like to hear this from Ruth. May I please speak with her?
No! We've carved ourselves out a little happiness at last. I'll not have you break it. Please, leave us alone. Give us this.
We need to speak to her, one way or another. If he won't tell us anything, perhaps the house Ruth died in will.
You're well placed to see what goes on around here.
I've made a point of keeping people away, but aye.
Lammy Haskell, any thoughts about him?
The Haskell boy is weird. Talked with Caleb about nonsense. Both of them were full of shite.
What's your take on the governor?
My brother gave him the glad hand act, and the governor lapped it up. Haskell's opinion of himself is far too high. To win his favour, you need only prop him up. He dragged my name through the dirt. Shite on him, and his so-called eloquence. What use is a silver tongue when your heart is yellow?
True story.
Tell me about folk here. Who stands out for you? What think you of them?
What think I of they who shunned me? Gulled by my black-mouthed brother? What think I of malicious fools for whom I had to die to be redeemed? I'd say a curse upon them. But 'tis too late. The curse has already come.
How goes the settlement, would you say?
It's going to hell in a shitting handcart. Not that I care, mind. But there's sport in guessing who shall live and who shall die. Hope they find that witch, though. Can't have witches about the place doing the devil's work.
I'll be leaving you
Alone? Not really. Hush now. All is well. Nothing bad will ever come to us again.
I read that. I read that. Find the burned down house. Oh, that's all you wanted me to do? Okay.
Ruth and Alexander are having an affair in her husband's body.
A
can't find an angle with that isn't just plain wrong.
Something feels wrong. Something about Ruth. If we find the ghost tie, we can talk to her.
Good day to you, Mr. McGrath.
I'd wish you the same if I knew your name, sir.
Ishmael Law. I have seen you in the meeting house. I have recognized the markings on your hands. I would have liked to have been a banisher, to tackle with the mysteries of our world. That must be something.
You wanted to be a banisher? That's unusual.
As a child, I met a banisher. I was impressed by the marks on his hands, the assurance in his demeanor. He made me feel safe. You do God's work, though you know it or not. Like Charles Davenport, I respected the minister a great deal. He's a terrible loss.
You wanted to become a banisher. Why didn't you?
I got married instead. Came to New England. Ruined everything.
Tell me.
A vast subject that requires, perhaps,
Tell me about Governor Haskell.
a man like me does not get to know a man like him. He is a man of faith. We all trust him. That's all I can say.
Tell me about Lamentation Haskell.
Nice boy. Very secretive. I do not understand the things he says. Fortunately, he does not say them to me.
How about you? How are you feeling?
I've not been asked this in a long time. I am feeling a bizarre conflict between faith in the Lord and sheer unholy terror.
Thank you for your...
You are welcome.
Bless you, the man hath not walked counsel of sorrow, nor hath not sat in the seat of the storm.
Mr. Butt.
He has nothing for us.
God.
Thought he might have something for us now. Apparently not.
The house that burned down. The roof fell in with them inside.
There's a lot of debris. Wards, think you can fend for yourself?
I mean, yeah, but where the fuck am I supposed to be going? Let's see. Something from up here. Where am I supposed? Oh, is it supposed to be down here?
The ghost wards feel far away from here. Just one keeps me from manifesting. Fancy knocking it down? There is a path once I clear the way.
Found it. Caleb and I had another discussion this morning. I went walking and called him sobbing in the garden. When I came back, he apologized, and I took that badly too. He's kind and romantic and listens well, which is why I married him, but I am sometimes uncomfortable. He is my husband, and I am his wife, woman to be loved and not an icon to be worshipped.
Time must be nearby. Aye.
Beautiful home made illustrated compendium of the birds of New Eden, complete with feathers found to match the drawings. Complete. Not quite. 2 pages are missing feathers. Bonebreaker, crow, and herring gull.
This work shows real sensitivity. Caleb?
Maybe. Not Alexander. I suspect we've just learnt a little about Ruth.
withered human heart and once belonged to Ruth Watson. This tie is doused with essence of its ghost. Once a closure has severed the ghost bond to the world, this essence of no. Okay.
Of course. Ruth's heart binds them like a bushel of rotting corn.
You! What do you have there? Stop right there, you rank ramp! Whatever you found, it ain't yours!
You buried Ruth's heart in the ashes of the house that killed her. I find that odd.
You, a ghost, went digging in the ashes of a dead woman's house. You're ill-positioned to call me odd. Don't think I haven't felt your presence before.
Stow your tongue while I speak with Ruth. Ruth, can you hear me? Can you speak?
Puck off and die! I'm in charge here.
No. Hush ye, Alexander. I'll speak. I'm Ruth. I hear you.
I'm Antea Duarte. We're here to help.
I'm glad. Please, end this nightmare. Help me.
Go to hell in a bag of shite. We're fine, and you have not the right, you hear? You've not the right.
Make manifest.
Her heart! Give it back!
He come foolish.
No more does he silence me. We may speak. Help me, please.
Caleb's letter changed your life. How did it feel at the time?
It tore me in two. I loved Alexander. But I deserved to marry a man who would be true. Caleb seemed decent. I believed he loved me. I thought I married the better brother. But I'd married a liar. A liar and a devil. And yet, not even he deserves this. No one deserves this.
When did you learn that Caleb had lied to you about his brother's infidelity?
Who goes worse shod than the shoemaker's wife? There was no one moment. One day I knew what he'd done, and knew I'd known it for the longest time. Alexander had his flaws, but he loved the whole of me. Now I'm sewn into a festering sack with the quivering remnants of my husband and the angry ghost of his dead brother. Please, let me out.
Who taught Caleb the resurrection ritual?
To say it was taught would mean he'd learned it. He read it off a page. As a sorcerer, Caleb makes a fine cobbler. The thing about Caleb, he was a good listener. As he worked, clients would bend his ear. The Haskell boy, for one. As Caleb pinned the governor's shoes, young Lammy would talk magic. Nonsense, really. But Caleb was listening.
Lammy Haskell gave Caleb the resurrection ritual. I should have known. Always watch out for the quiet ones.
After Lammy mentioned the ritual, Caleb became obsessed with it. He begged. Lammy, in his misplaced generosity, gave it. Caleb was intent on dark work. Lammy furnished written instructions.
Ruth, your husband Caleb's botched resurrection ritual brought you back, but allowed his brother Alexander to take you hostage.
Once we deal with the Watson brothers, you shall be free to ascend.
Do what you must. I'll suffer it if it leaves me free to go.
No! We can stay. Please, Ruth, let us stay.
Look at you. You're counterfeit, a sham of a thing. Your so-called life is no life at all. Caleb lied and stole your love. But when the time was right, you lied and stole his body. We're ending this nonsense now. Caleb Watson, you're past saving. We can but grant you the mercy of oblivion.
But what about me? What about Ruth?
Ruth is free to go.
I shall have my rest now. Thank you.
Yet. I was winning. I was winning.
You want winning, Alexander.
The line twixt love and hate is thin and easily crossed, especially between brothers.
None are better placed to wound than your own blood. That was something.
Don't take it to heart. Their choices are not your business.
Our choices are my business. And their consequences too.
Our love story shall have a better ending. I shall be as I was before, as if I'd never gone away.
Aye. I hear you.
Good. Now, let's see what Lammy Haskell has to say about raising spirits from the dead.
Governor,
May I help you, Mr. Mc...
I have to admit, this is an unusual case.
Yes, but have you solved it?
I believe so. But the culprit was not responsible for the plague. At least not directly.
Have you found the witch or have you not?
Someone here has been dabbling in some dark magic. I have the name.
So, what are you waiting for?
Don't you want to hear the name?
I do not need to. The principle is what matters.
Not exactly. The name is Lamentation Haskell.
No, it can't be. My son is studious. Curious, too curious at times, perhaps. But he does not have a bad bone in his heart.
He showed Caleb Watson a ritual. The cobbler used it and became possessed.
Even if true, it would only mean my son was exposed to corruption. It happened before. Bring me proof, Banisher. Find the real source of evil.
I'll get it. Mark me. I must find
In
your son
denial now.
sooner rather than later.
His interests take him hither and thither. If he isn't here, he must be working on the outskirts. He's been sprucing up one of the abandoned houses there. I ordered them emptied when the sickness hit. Here, take the gate key. Go there. See for yourself. You're wrong about him. You're wrong about my son. Needless to say that I count, of course, on your discretion.
He was quick to condemn till it was his own son on the block. Who's he really protecting?
We'll bring him the proof he wants. If the boy is guilty, his father may not be able to protect him.
Yeah, it's this place I wasn't able to go into before. Can jump down from that way, but I can't go up.
Hell's balls. What happened here?
Something's emanating from under there.
No wonder this place is off limits.
Don't let it crush you. Make a run for it.
One of these must be Lammy's hideaway. Enjoying your feast of lesser living form then?
Don't be so loud. Something has me. Wards.
Lammy, you here? You were studying botany. Why botany?
book on herbalism. So tools including a scalpel, knife, magnifying glass, and other objects.
This is locked from the inside.
Course cards are common, raven, ominous, and optimistic by place and season, Karen. Yeah. Let's do that, unlock that. Lemmy's note. This place is even more fascinating than I imagined. So many unanswered questions waiting to be answered. Mr. Roulette was right. I am sure the tragic history of the old mill has much to do with it. I shall go there. I shall do my work there, unmolested by suspicious and unscientific neighbors. There is so much to do. It has been, as always, a great satisfaction to talk with you again. I love your enthusiasm and wit. You remind me of me when I was your age, so eager to know more about the greatest mysteries of our world. Of all worlds, I only wished I could have stayed longer. I must go back to Providence. Until then, here are some quick notes I throw at you to quench your thirst. Some of the meager research my humble self has been able to gather with time and patience. I believe it is fair to admit we know nearly nothing concerning the dreadful Arulalu. Whatever. Only the rarest writing dared to talk about. Is it the mythicized hell only the boldest dared to travel to and come back alive? Are all these almost forgotten tales fragments of an unveiled or lost truth? I truly cannot say, but I know this, my dear Lemmy. You and me are like Orpheus, ready to cross the forbidden waters and bring back the only fiancé we really cherish, knowledge. Ah, to map those uncharted lands, to pass the threshold and bravely walk those forbidden deserts and icy rivers only the maddest poets sing about. See what stand beyond and come back to dream some more about it. What a thrill, my young friend, what a goal. If only I was younger, just like you, I would follow you in this untold journey. For now, I can only advise you to be careful. Yes, the threshold between our world and the other side is thinner in New Eden. That does not mean it will be easier to travel there. According to some of my research, some already tried in this area. Petty warlocks and puny witches. Maybe it is why the threshold is so thin. Maybe it is why the dead seems to be so easily allowed to walk this land. Who can say for sure? Last week, while I was investigating on my own, I have clearly noticed some very particular vibrations coming from an ancient mill located above a cliff by the seaside. Quite a creepy place, if you ask me. If you were to investigate further into the possibility to find a threshold to the mythical Arulalu, whatever, before we meet again, this could be the place to start. But be sure to be prepared, my dear boy. My old heart could not bear to lose another promising and beloved colleague. Till we meet again, I can but advise you to keep all the secret, as blessed and gentle as they are. Too many of your local friends would not welcome the kind of knowledge you and me both share so cheerfully. Yours as always.
Arulu. Mean anything to you?
Not a thing.
He talks once more of a mill. I guess we found him. The incisions are clean. The precision of an expert.
There's magic here, though faint.
Nothing incriminating. Yet.
Remember what we found at Caleb Watson's? Maybe we're not looking in the right place. If I had something to hide, I might hide it in an abandoned mill.
That's just for that.
Take care. The place is warded.
We can't do that until that's done. Can't do nothing here. Go back to the town. And just fast travel over there. Gonna fast travel over there. Boom, ba bum bum. I got another another point. Actually, yeah. Fast travel.
A wee Highland kiss for you.
Oh shit.
Piss off.
One sec. Sorry.
Beware. Watch out! Spectre possession. I have another in sight.
What should we expect up there?
A gateway to the mythical Aralu, whatever that is. Otherwise, terrible tragedy, dark doings, sick secrets, and a wild guess. Shall we?
See that corpse? I could use a ritual.
Reveal yourself!
Call on me.
Oh my. He hit a dip in the fucking... That's it. Fuck.
Hey! More fun.
Shut. Oh, bullshit, bro. Yeah, I knew I was lying. Like, what the hell right there, bro? So more manifestation damage.
I can help.
If that's the case, Yeah, you're gonna help. 'Cause you deal the damage.
They brought more friends.
Shh.
Try this on for size. They brought more friends.
Watch out! Spectre possession. Spectre, going for a meat suit.
What? That's what comes out?
Ask for help if you need it.
Look up. No, no. Yeah, because if you... Whew. Crazy. Just crazy. To the left.
Die, you bastard!
Throwing a tantrum, are we? They never learn, do they? Think you could take on a ghost? Watch out. I can help. Over here. Campfire. Wards, you're on your own. This ivy is strong. Really strong.
You don't say. This is no ordinary amulet.
Then it belonged to no ordinary settler.
To them that read this, we make for the mill. Creatures lurk in the shadows. Our progress is slow, for we are weak with hunger. Fear never leaves my heart. There is no day or night, but a never-ending dusk of growling nightmares. I suggested we turn back for Thick Skin's camp, but the Frenchman would not hear it. The sea, he believes, is our only hope. The beach, he means, and the old mill near it. He'll not be swayed. A strange man, this Etienne Roulette, a traveler in passing, a visitor to Governor Haskell when the curse fell, is not one of us. I refuse him the axe, and he looks upon me coldly. I may leave him if I can. I leave this message here in the hope that, should I die here in the woods, someone will, at least at the moment, in this place, know that I was alive.
This Etienne, whatever his name is, seems shady.
Well, he is French.
Let's stay on track. We make for the beach by way of the mills. We need to find the key to open this.
So whose key would this be? No way up there. Okay. I don't know. Gotta find somebody's key. Maybe we'll find it eventually. The survivors led there and was probably sacrificed by Lammy and the others. If I had to guess.
Wards. I'm going to need a hand here.
Is there a reason to go down here? I mean, there's a thing there. There's also a rest back there. Let's go back up before finishing to explore.
Looks derelict. Is he really inside? People camped here, but not for long.
They must have headed for the beach. Let's go.
Not much meat on those.
A little is better than nothing at all.
Yeah, at least light it.
I feel a draft.
From the invisible.
Well, they look recently deceased. Were they part of the survivors?
A ward restrains me.
So
I can't, Rory.
can't go in the door. Okay. And we can climb up the way we were going.
Red, I can't manifest anymore.
Yeah, I know, girl. I know. I'm working on it.
Much better. I love doing that.
Oh, there.
Oh. Mine shaft.
Guess we're not going that way.
There should be a way up here.
Shit. I gotta remember to go get it.
What hides here in the dark? Come out, come out.
What hides out here on the light? Collection of studies about the void. Oh, don't tell me. They've gone into the void. First symbol, drawing of a witch symbol ineffective, to be paired perhaps with another symbol to double the effect. Drawing of a demologist symbol, absolute failure. Drawing of another works if weakly. Drawing of the first and third symbol mixed together and the symbol is circled. Try this. Oh Lord, I was not mistaken about the hidden potential in this region. The veil between Alalu and our other world, and our world, is particularly thin and therefore conductive to breaches. The mad ambition of couple Proctor only served to crack this already existing fragility even further. Poor amateurs, now they are punished for eternity. However, thanks to their efforts, I will be able to gain a great deal of knowledge about how the and succeed where everyone else has failed. I requisition the help of Haskell's son, who, unlike his stupid father, has potential and therefore can be of great use to me. Together we can achieve great
This
things.
relay lad seems dangerous.
His apprentice seems to be following him down the same path.
Unfinished Ghost Ward.
More ghost wards. Someone was being extra careful.
Can wait no longer. Father may preach or lull about with his selectmen friends in town, but words will not save these people. We have the power and the duty to act, not to cower with fear for our reputations. But Father has always feared the loss of reputation to the point of abandoning his craft, leaving me to learn it in secret. For shame, if my father will not act, then I will.
He doesn't speak well of his dad.
He thought he was better. That's not a particularly difficult task, in fairness.
Attempt to translate the Lesser Pelagianus ritual into common English.
Deja vu.
He tried his hand at several translations.
The Book of Lesser and Major Affirmations by Onus Martidius.
So, what are you hiding in here, evil spawn?
Glancing at the original writing, Lammy's work was poor. No wonder the ritual he spawned for Caleb from those botched words of power went wrong.
We need to get to the top floor. Bet we'll find something.
Red, come look.
Yes, 1 second, my dear. Subject immediately sensed my presence. Herbs have no particular effect on its senses. Failure once more, yet it seemed to be deceived for a moment. Could this be linked to the organic tissue I use? Need to check. Inconclusive. I may be able to fool it, but if I come nearer, it starts getting agitated. Test with Ghost Ward to increase effect. Insufficient. Correct ingredients. Could it be the symbols? Still not working as expected. Believe I am onto something. We'll finalize soon.
Why did he feel like he needed so much protection?
It's just a lift. Why is this mechanism so complex? That book, again.
The Agrippa. That's not good. Not good at all.
What level of not good are we talking about exactly?
This book promises eternal life, but the promise is a trap. Let's hope it hasn't been used. More magic muckery. Not necromancy, though.
Should be useful.
day arrives, soon our favor shall fair be rewarded with the greatest gift. The company assembled, we ready the ritual. Ethel and Anton have much to discuss. Aside, I care not. Eternal life beckons.
The lift should work now.
It's just linen, man. What the fuck? The lift should work now, but not down there. It's not here. Didn't see a way. A way back in here? This side? Oh, Lord.
All this is more serious than we thought. I'm apprehensive. Not just because we're going underground.
We'll be careful. We don't know what Lammy was up to. And the signs are not encouraging.
Signs are very not encouraging. Like... Oh, fuck.
You know, I could get to like it underground. The darkness, the gloom, the cool air.
Really?
No, not really. Not at all. Can I pass these weeds? Hellspawn. Another sorrow used as a guardian. Aye.
I haven't ran into anything that told me how to deal with that, have I? Don't remember. Looks like we go straight to a fight. Yeah.
Ah, you'll be free soon enough, you bastard.
Shit. Where's the last one?
Let's end this. Have a bit of this. When all this is over, I might retire.
You'd miss it. You know you would. You need to see this.
I know.
Shall we?
Resurrection ritual. First try success. Did not last more than a few minutes. Chicken lasted much longer than the pig. Was it because of its small size and requires less essence? Cow fell. The carcass was too massive. It seemed the ritual didn't even work at all.
Dead animals, again. Different symbols and magic. Seems they were used as bait.
I'm not gonna read that.
Is this how we got through the Sorrow's vigilance?
Okay, maybe I should read it. According to the tradition, only the dead may enter the void, and none shall escape it. But the tablets of whatever prove that breaches exist in the bold pursuer, in the burning or frozen deserts of the world. Though the many wounds of the earth at imperious or forgotten burial sites, the opening of such breaches, however, requires rituals and fortitude. For to contemplate the many secrets of the void, the pursuer shall bypass or confront the guardians of these gates. Baptized Petu, gatekeepers in the ancient tongue, these enslaved guardians are insatiable watchers, assuming countless glorious forms to perform their task for all eternity, and amongst them the sordid sorrows, twisted and disfigured for their imperious prying. The Carcassoa's chapters, especially the third and fifth, also specify that many gates may lead to the domain of a unique Petu. Regardless of the path taken, the true pursuer may even be able to reveal or breed such breaches. This is the exact translation of the expression found in the original chapters, according to Mother Shipton, and this choice of word unveils so much undreamt atrocities. But how? Traps for the fools hide everywhere in these pages, as in most of the forbidden texts which dare to speak about those rituals. I am not eager to be devoured, or worse, At the banquet of the void's eternal lords, like so many before me, turned into some afflicted sorrow, punished for the teethy satisfaction of the Galu, always delighted to please their dreadful queen. Alright, since I wants me to go into the breach, and I know I won't be coming back here, I'm going to see what's behind door number 1.
Sorry, no can do.
Okay.
The incarnate is hidden away here. Stains bar the path.
Yeah. Well, means we gotta come back, no matter what. So, in we go, I guess.
I suppose now we step into the void.
Suppose we do. Dark rituals, void breach, general weirdness. Lemmy can't be far.
Destroy those ghost wards, if you want me back.
Demonologists really like pushing the limits of their knowledge without considering other lives.
That just makes them human.
It's awfully calm. Why is it awfully calm?
Much better. Spectres. They haven't noticed us. Stay low.
Oh, I thought it was something to grab. But it's nothing. Oh, oh shit.
Have a bit of this.
Throwing a tantrum, are we? Something has me. Wards. Look to me. An Ariadne's thread leading through the void. Very useful indeed.
Very useful right until it falls apart. Then you're stuffed like force meat in a turkey.
Creepy hideout. The governor's spawn likes a bit of drama.
This one's different. Looks like it died diseased. Something's missing.
Map of the High Roads with initials ER. Two places have been circled: the abandoned mill and God's Acre Cemetery. The veil between the and the Carnet seems particularly thin in these two areas. A breach. Ghostly aspirations can be controlled, or at least shepherded, with a variety of known rituals. These must be performed with great care, lest control be ceded to potentially catastrophic effects. In other words, equation, if the words of power differ from 0.1 in intensity, and appropriate protections are not carefully used, the ghost will appear, but will not bend to the demonologist's will. This is to be avoided on risk of widespread injury, death, or worse.
This is some dark, sideways magic.
It's forbidden. I've read it.
Sometimes I worry about you. Ugh. What is this thing?
Banisher rule number 4.
If it oozes, don't touch it. Another botched experiment?
It may be native to the void. So, you can see me. Aren't you full of surprises, young Master Haskell?
You may talk. A Banisher ghost. Amazing. How on God's earth did you find me? Never mind that. Thank the Lord you did. Thought I was going to grow old in here.
As hiding places go, the Void is quite the choice.
Yes, an amazing place. Or plane? World? The Araloo is not easily described, but it makes a fascinating study. Tell me, how did you get past the Guardian beneath the mill? Did you use a decoy?
We fought it. Don't change the subject.
You fought it? Of course you did. A good thing too. I was starting to think it was wise to me tricks. Oh, but I have so many questions.
This isn't a social call, kid. And we're the ones with the questions.
Oh. Oh. Of course.
We must talk of Caleb Watson. Why in the hell would you give him a resurrection ritual?
Ruth's death hit poor Caleb hard. He was alone, and so I would often stop by his workshop. We talked. He took a keen interest in my studies and was a good listener. When he learned that she could possibly return, he had one question. How?
You saw his grief as an opportunity to test the effects of the lesser pathogenesis.
Oh. You know the ritual too? Amazing, isn't it?
I've studied it. The actual ritual, not the mangled version you gave Caleb.
Yes, and I'm sorry. I found it in a copy of De Occulti Philosophia by Cornelius Agrippa von Nettesheim. A remarkable book.
I've met my fair share of illustrious occultists, but none owned an authentic Agrippa. Much is lost in translation or altered in the printing. I doubt your copy is an exception.
Of course. The power is in the words, and mine were wrong, so the power went awry. How very fascinating.
You mistake foolishness for audacity. You must mend your ways.
Surely the acquisition of knowledge cannot be a sin.
Do you remember Deborah?
Miss Comenius. Yes, of course, I remember.
Your father tasked us with an investigation. One way or the other, we must return with the mystery solved.
Ah. I think I understand what you're saying. I might be in a tiny little bit of, danger.
You see ghosts. You stroll the void as if it were your garden. You possess and share forbidden rituals. Who are you really?
I'm Lammy Haskell, and I am a man of many sciences. I am in fact a true pursuer.
That raises more questions than it answers.
What are the pillars of the universe? Which principles underpin existence? As occultists, do we change the world or scratch upon its surface? Each discipline I embrace peels back a new layer of reality. I'm yet at the beginning, and see where I already stand. Amazing, no?
Are you a demonologist like your father?
More or less. Less, more so. My father sees occultism through the eyeglass of his faith, but I know better. So, more so?
If you don't share your father's faith, what do you believe?
I believe in the afterlife. The proof is about us. And if the void embodies eternal despair, there must too be a place of hope. But where, I ask myself, where?
Your father is convinced a witch poisoned his well. Caleb Watson was cursed by a ritual you gave him. I'd focus if I were you.
We must counter the devil with knowledge of his tricks. That, my father always said, is the purest of God's work.
Aye. You can imagine your father saying that.
When I was 10, he gave me my initiation. Demonology, sir, as he would say. He saw me as his heir. Then, of a sudden, the books were forbidden. So I stole them, the very same books he'd forced upon me as a boy. I understand them where he does not. I did no wrong, apart from a little theft.
You've studied demonology. Did you do it alone?
When my father forbade me to continue, I confess I disobeyed him in secret. Those big books were very boring until they were forbidden. Suddenly I could not get enough of their secret knowledge. Funny, eh? More recently, a good friend of my father showed me that I had only been scratching at the surface.
Who was your father's friend?
An itinerant Frenchman who often visited New Eden in recent years. He called himself a true pursuer. As a thinker, he was prolific and profound. My father was so proud to be included in his discourse. For him, knowledge is the ladder to greatness, and greatness is the prize. To me, knowledge is itself the prize.
From the looks of this place, you're knee-deep in research. What are you doing here exactly?
Searching for the origin of the Harrow's plague, of course. And I have a theory on the subject.
Of course you do. Go on then.
Now, at first, I believed the water poisoned, but my father sealed the well, and yet folk remained sick. They looked for witchcraft, a foolish, uneducated suspicion, yes, but with some truth concealed behind it. You see, the Araloo taints New Eden. Its influence leaches into the Harrows. The evidence is everywhere.
By the Araloo, do you mean the Void?
Neither name does it justice. This place is beyond words. The Araloo, Mr. McCraith, is made of the very fabric of our primordial myths. Isn't it amazing?
How can you be sure the Void has tainted the region?
In New Eden, the threshold between our plane and this is thin. Even I, a novice, may reach the frontier and then go beyond. I also believe it happened before. Some years ago, New Eden was hit by another epidemic.
Was it the same illness?
I believe that first epidemic was caused by the porosity of the frontier between New Eden and the Araloo. Although, where theirs was an affliction of burning flesh, ours is a corruption of mind and spirit. And I believe I have found its source. There is a substance, a strange ooze. You may have noticed it. This, I believe, is the true source of the Harrow's poison. It carries a particular stink, on the scent of which I experience first confusion, then a loss of control over my limbs.
What do you expect to find at the source of the ooze?
To find a cure. The ooze seeps into our world, sickening us. I may be able to stop it. Unfortunately, I cannot reach the source. The Araloo is a formidable place. Tricky. A maze constantly evolving, changing, reshaping itself. The isthmus, for example. I found an oozing crack in the ground. The terrain then remade itself, and I can get to it no longer.
Perhaps we might be able to find a way through and take a look at that source.
Would you? That would be splendid. Would you mind taking notes?
Let's go take a closer look at that ooze then.
And with that sorrow gone, I can leave. Do be careful. My home is your home. If you need anything, help yourself.
The Araloo is not your home, Lammy. but thank you.
Pardon my morbid enthusiasm, Mistress Duarte, but could I ask you a few questions?
What do you wish to know?
Do you still need to eat? Do you feel hunger? Sorry, it's just you're the first ghost I've met, in person, as it were.
I don't eat. Not in the way you do. I feel hunger. Again, not in the way you do.
Fascinating. And can you touch things, smell them? Are colours the same as you remember them?
My senses are different. It's difficult to describe how. I can see, sometimes touch. I cannot smell. Red tells me this is a blessing.
How do you manifest in this plane? Do you feel bound, or are you here by choice?
It feels as if I were clinging to a rope, high above the abyss. Even if I wished to let go, I could not bring myself to do it.
I see. What about your banisher skills? Can you use them? Do the accoutrements of your craft still work? As a ghost, do they not harm you?
The marks on my hands and the rings on my fingers aren't actually there. They have no more effect on me than a memory.
Can you talk to any ghost you wish?
No. I sense traces of their presence. To talk to them, I must still do the work.
And yet here I am, talking to you. How marvelous. The dead are rarely as articulate, nor are they accommodating. In fact, they're often quite rude.
We should probably get going. Some other time, then.
But we've merely scratched at the surface of the great mysteries. I mean, look around us. We stand here beyond the ultimate frontier. Sorry. I mean to say, yes, Mistress Duarte.
We should get going. So, the pious governor's unassuming son is our evil Harrow's witch.
The more powerful the loose cannon, the more dangerous it is. I don't know that I buy Lammy's hair of the dog theory, but I feel strange, and I suspect the ooze.
Only one way to find out. Oh, God. I need a wee bit of help here. Well, that was not pleasant. Well, not pleasant at all.
Something has me. Wards.
Trying to find the ward.
Sorry, not this time. I'm back.
At long last. Get back up! It oozes through the breach, suppurates like a festering wound.
How delightful.
Let's see what lies on the other side. Where are we now?
Underground, looks like.
Wonderful.
Where are we? Near the ship.
The ooze affects the incarnate too. Who goes there?
Is that a ghost?
I don't know. But I don't think we're alone.
Boy.
What might you be then?
What was...
Oh, shite.
Did you just say shite? You?
It's a scourge. Probably a pretty old one at that.
It's bigger than I thought it'd be.
Is that a house from the Harrows?
We may be below the well.
No wonder they all got sick.
As above, so below. Using leap increases the damage of your next punch attack by 150%. Negative. Emily Gibbs, Providence Town. Gibbs and Harrows and Eden. Dearest patients, Reuben and I are settled here. Dearest parents, excuse me. Reuben and I are settled here in Providence. Our home is quaint and quite lovely. You would like it, I think, though perhaps you would argue against the colors of the drapes. We attend the meeting house with rigor. The sermon Sunday last was particularly beautiful, and I am certain you would have enjoyed it. Men of piety there are yet in New England. In your last letter, you mentioned that the farm has seen some trouble. If God tests you, I am full sure that you will pass his examination. However, should you need it, Reuben will be delighted to make you a loan. We may also consider a visit should you agree to certain stipulations on your behavior and manner of speaking, particularly to Reuben, who deserves neither wheedling nor snide remarks. Your daughter, Amity.
This house belonged to a certain Antipas and Clemency Gibbs. I feel something close.
The woman, being astonished thereat, confessed those things to be true, and excuse me, and that she and other persons named in this paternal disclose had had familiarity with the devil. Being asked whether she had made an express covenant with him, she answered she had not, only as she promised to go with him when he called, which accordingly she had sundry times. Since Pandora broke the jar, releasing all the probable curses upon mankind, Epidemius is considered many offers rival to academics breach fabric incarnate in the regularly. Got 2 skill points. Yeah, I can't even spend them. Nothing to upgrade there.
Something's nearby.
Where is it?
Or repairs, tie the elm, break, candles, carpenter, wood, sundries. Ties, corn barley. Making money, then start making no money.
The Gibbs' land was barren. They were struggling for money.
Look up. The ooze, oozed through the very stone.
Gibbs, I thank you for your note. God himself knows times are hard. That you could not honor our last order of grain was understandable. We find ourselves in a similar position, and upon the death of our last cattle, must cancel our next order. Please find and close the balance of our account, which we shall consider closed, at least until better times are come again. God save us all from this curse.
Mr. and Mrs. Gibbs, have you read my paper?
I read it, aye. And then I washed my hands and prayed for grace. You claim to prove that there is no curse. Well,
A witch would say that, wouldn't she?
Wherever people gather to live, disease takes hold, and I believe... What are you doing?
your evil lies shall be destroyed. We know who you are, and you shall be judged. Witch!
They were determined to do for her. She built a case for her rationality, and they tore it apart.
And of all of them, just this one house fell down.
Maybe it was personal.
Was the Gibbs' house targeted by the ooze?
Obviously. Look around you.
Die, you bastard! Have some of this!
Mrs. Gibbs, I presume. Shall we?
Man, this is the shortcut back into the house. Yep.
Another shadow.
What do they want? Red, something is keeping me from manifesting.
In here? Ah, shite.
I'm at your side again. I don't think so. Better.
You're welcome.
Now let's inspect the body.
Expected no less from you, Mrs. Gibbs. Reinforcements! Think we'd best now.
Someone didn't want to stay dead.
Haskell and his town flocker here fled from their homes. We have room for all in the Harrows. There is a mold on the wall near the front door. I shall scrape it off. The mold has turned sickly black and oozes between the boards. The crops, such as they were, have failed. The governor and his band of weak-hearted souls have brought the curse with them. May the Lord deliver us. The black stuff is everywhere. Folk sicken, hard of breathing and bleeding from every orifice you'd care to mention, and some you would not. The devil spits, and we are flooded with it. I am minded of 7 years ago when plague last hit. I pray to God to grant me clemency, Clibbs, and my loyal and moderately capable husband gives us the wisdom to once again out the witch. God will not help us because our governor uses magic. His boy, what's his name, the idiot, he put a pagan totem by the house. I tore it down. Impetus said he saw Haskell throw something into the well, and then the earth shook. What are the Haskells up to?
Clemency Gibbs blamed the epidemic on a witch. Come from New Eden time with the governor.
That's not what Deborah's research pointed at.
The Gibbs are not at home to rational explanations.
That specter's seen a corpse and it wants it for its own. No, we need to find something else.
See anything?
Either the water table is full of ooze, or there's another source.
Let's search upstream. get to this one.
Over there.
Elusive little buggers.
Easy as pie.
Nah, but you can't cook. Piss off!
Look to me.
Mo hell. Let's go find one more of the douser.
Don't step in that. I mean it.
Find a way around then.
Beware. Wolves.
Those echoes we're hearing were the shadows speaking.
They always appear near the ooze.
So were the whispers.
But which came first?
This is taking a little longer than I thought it would. Let's see what this way is. Okay, found all three of the dousers. Just gotta find the cursed chest.
The whispers say the same things over and over.
What kind of entity would be so obsessed?
I don't know. I'm drawing a blank. That spectre's looking for a body.
Get lost, won't you?
Watch out! Spectre possession.
This looks perfectly drinkable.
Famous last words.
Why hasn't the poison spread to the ground a little?
Perhaps it shifts and shapes, like the void. Well, at the very least, it shifts. Looks like the ooze comes from a distinct source. Off we go then.
This is cursed, no doubt.
Strong you were, weak you now grow.
Death's Head. The third punch attack reduces... Okay, that's not horrible, but it's not great either.
This whole country is rotten to the core.
And you're just now reaching this conclusion?
If I wanted your opinion, I'd give it to you.
Perhaps if you gave me the space to have one, then we'd both be better off. Someone came through here, someone real, not just a shadow. Whoever it was, looks like the ooze got him. What do you think, Antea?
You wanted the space to have your own opinion. I'm giving it to you.
This must be Antipas Gibbs. Hell of a fall to live through. Now join in any time, Antea.
What do you think I'm doing?
This is God's land. How could we let a witch come to our community? Instructing our children, no less.
'Tis no surprise. New Eden brims over with backsliders. The governor, chief amongst them.
Aye, many had to sicken and die for him to act. But the deed is not yet done.
We must fight the Lord's good fight and cast the devil out for good. Many want to try the witch, aye, and many want to see her dead.
Reinforcements!
Think you could take on a ghost?
They never learn, do they?
Ask for help if you need it.
Die, you bastard! Those things came from the ooze. They're like those oriental shapeshifters we fought in Bremen.
Or Bacche liquefy. This is something else. The ooze reacted to our presence.
We're supposed to backtrack?
The Gibbs were so angry. Pure entitled bigotry.
Maybe they were affected by the ooze. I mean, we've been snapping at each other since we got here. Something's toying with us.
I think they made the ooze. I don't think the ooze made them. Come back. We're not done here.
This is it. This is the source. How do we get to it?
Someone's left us a fire camp to use. Something tells me this is the condemned well. Do you think you could get that bucket down? I sense the vivid echo of a ghost's memory. A ghost left a fragment of their past here.
The devil still breathes through her mouth. We are cursed, and you are stolen.
Clemency, Antipas, please. The woman has been jailed. As per custom, she will face trial and justice will be brought to this community.
Coming from a magic user himself. But can you or your demonologist discernment really be trusted?
How dare you insinuate such blasphemy? I'm a man of faith.
Then do what God commands of you. Governor, we ask for safety. If we do not get it, there will be consequences.
The governor used Urim and Thummim, and that made his flock suspicious.
Divination stones. He must have thrown them down the well when he sealed it. But why now?
He's afraid. The Earth took the Gibbs house. Perhaps he thought he was a target too. The Gibbs had a hand in rigging the witch trial, but he was the one who sealed it.
That echo proves that things were getting out of hand. For his son's safety and his own, Haskell must have feared the suspicious mob. This can't be good.
Bird feather?
Bring forward the accused.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Confess! Let them speak.
If we speak, so you listen?
Impudence! Provocation! Read the charges! Let rule in the grave. You have blood on your hands and weakness in your heart. Guilty! Sworn to vanquish evil. You conspired with witches.
Sworn to banish all ghosts. Instead, you embrace one.
The charges. Cowardice, oath-breaking, deception. The verdict. Guilty. The sentence. Pain hereafter.
I only seek the truth.
Truth is a poison most believe they won't. That poison will end you.
Bloody hell. What the hell just came out of that shadow?
It's working. Keep at it. Getting rid of that ooze should weaken the shadows.
Undead-rotted, you fraud, you cold-hearted deceiver. Rise for the verdict. Alive, you banished parasite ghosts. If dead, you dare linger. Have you no shame? You indulge yourself. I sentence you to anger, to regret, and hence to oblivion.
I never wanted this. I hate the very thing I've become. Yeah? Well, your strikes do nothing. Damn you.
Banishers are guilty of poisoning the body politic. You portray yourselves as saviors sent to deliver us. But with your dark arts, the evil only worsens. No witches. Earth's witches must die.
And Thea died to help New Eden.
and still we fight this curse!
What more do you want from us? You won't do that again.
The Shadow's got its strength back.
Don't let the ooze get back to its shadow. Standing by.
That jump. That jump. That jump. Alright. I gotta do it all over.
I only seek the truth.
Truth is a poison most they want. That poison will end you.
Bloody hell. What the hell just came out of that shadow?
It's working. Keep at it. Getting rid of that ooze should weaken the shadows. I never wanted this. I hate the very thing I've become. Let me.
Banishers are guilty of poisoning the body politic. You portray yourselves as saviors sent to deliver us. But with your dark arts, the evil only worsens. Your witches and witches must die.
And Tia died to help New Eden. And still we fight this curse.
What more do you want from us?
Oh, come on, man. Get yourself together.
You won't do that again.
We have passed judgment. The guilty are no
Bye bye, ooze.
Enough. Can we please get out of here?
Blessed Garb and Levithan's Sigil. Governor Haskell's Quill. Punch damage. Defeating an enemy with punch attack reduces the next damage taken by 90%. Blessed Garb. Melee attack and punch attack damage increased by 10% for each manifestation on in cooldown. Yeah, that's not useful. What's to the left? Nothing? Okay. Nothing to the left. Alright. I'm try to get out of here real quick. Then
that was awful. This trial. It was as if Deborah wanted us to face what she had faced. But all I feel is beaten.
I feel judged. Like I'll never be understood again. Justice miscarried here.
Of course. That's it. I know what that was. Such specter of injustice has a name. The mythical infamy. I've only read about them. They're so rare, most think them a myth.
Haskell's cowardice is to blame. To save his own arse, he condemned a woman he knew to be innocent.
And so a terrible ghost was born, and sickness piled on sickness. Haskell has so much to answer for.
Something's here.
Hidden.
Going back, we'll probably be attacked.
I feel like a bloody target practice.
Don't let it crush you.
I feel something close. Seems to be stuck.
Seems to be stuck no more, maybe? Is that what was coming up here was supposed to be for? I think that's what coming up here is supposed to be for. Oh, okay. I thought maybe something was up on that floor, but apparently not.
That down there, I was tense. I was impatient.
Me too. That infamy really got to us.
Years of anger coursed through me. Yet now I can't even remember why.
Me neither. This is what an infamy does. It's over now. We're here.
I said something to hurt you. I'm sorry.
I forgive you. And I hope that you forgive me too.
Alright, guys. We will have to end it next time. Because I gotta go get ready. But maybe I get on a little bit tomorrow, do another 3-4 hours, and continue the story. Anyway, y'all have a great night. Or day, depending on where you